All right, big day in Texas. There is the primary launch for the 2026 midterm campaign, a critical Senate race on the line. Republican incumbent Senator John Cornyn trying to hold on. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton testing GOP unity, Trump's influence, and potential shifts in the control of the Senate. On the Democrat side, it's Texas State Representative James Tallarico neck and neck with Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Whoever wins this will be the most expensive Senate race in United States history. So again, voters are hitting the polls here, and it should be a very busy and active day. Pleased to bring in our guests now. Texas chair of our Republican Legacy Newsmax columnist Merrill Matthews is with us today. Also, chairman of the Dallas County GOP and former Republican congressman from Florida, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Allen West. Good to see you both.
Thank you for having me.
You know, a lot of people are looking at Texas. It's sort of, in a way, to the GOP what California is to the Democrats. When you look at the balance of power, you look at someone like Jasmine Crockett neck and neck with Tallarico. I'll start with you, Colonel West. Some are wondering why she even decided to go for a Senate run. She had a pretty safe seat, but it goes to show you somewhere she thinks Texas has some blue folks who like her messaging, and a lot of it's pretty radical. What do you think?
Yes, well, you know, her original congressional district was one of those that was redistricted, and for whatever reason, she decided to drink her own press, read her own press, and think that she could run for a statewide office. I don't think she'll be successful, and I really believe that what you saw with that Stephen Colbert interview on CBS is that the left are really concerned about her even having a chance to win statewide. Her message is really constrained to the urban population centers. She's not going to play well down along the border in South Texas, or definitely East or West Texas. So I think that you may be seeing the end of Jasmine Crockett's political career. Maybe it'll go to a runoff, but I don't think she'll be successful.
Yeah, someone didn't give her the right strategy. Merrill, let's talk about what's going on with the Republicans. President Trump did not endorse any of them. He says he likes all of them. He was in Corpus Christi in Texas just a few days ago. So you have Cornyn, you have Paxton. Cornyn, obviously traditional establishment in office since 2002. And then you have Wesley Hunt leaving the House, who wants to jump in, losing a seat for the House. I mean, this is a very expensive and crowded field.
It's a very expensive field, and just to point out, I don't think Senator Ted Cruz has endorsed anybody yet either, though Turning Point USA has endorsed Ken Paxton. But right now, Ken Paxton is leading by a small percentage. Of the numbers you have up are showing what we see. What that probably means is we have a runoff coming up on May 26th, and so the most expensive Senate race in U.S. history is likely to be even more expensive.
You know, we look at what's going on around the world and Iran and the concern about sleeper cells. And we saw that this week, tragedy in Austin, where a suspect wearing a hoodie that said property of Allah, Quran in his book, is now being charged. Colonel West, there's been a lot of concern and headlines about Sharia law, about the Muslim community in Texas trying to kind of overtake what's culture there with mosques being opened. What is your biggest concern? And obviously people head to the polls. Elections have consequences.
Yes, they do. And one of the propositions that you have, Proposition 10 on the Republican ballot, is that we should ban Sharia law in the state of Texas. You cannot have competing systems of jurisprudence. Look how that has worked out not so well in the United Kingdom. We should abide by the United States Constitution or the Texas state constitution, nothing else. And so I think it's very important that we make that quite clear. And Texas has a history with Islamic terrorism going back to the 2008 Holy Land Foundation trial, the largest Islamic terrorist funding case in the history of the United States of America. That was right here in Richardson, Texas. So this has been going on for quite some time.
Yeah, obviously those with the knowledge who live there have been living in that. So we'll watch the polls today, and the voters obviously will be making some big decisions. Colonel West and Merrill, I appreciate you both joining us today. We'll see how Texas decides some of these races. And Jasmine Crockett, you heard it here. Her political career may be over, Colonel West says. We'll watch that. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Take care, Merrill.